Your thoughts on that, and just how do you feel going into camp?
Just going into camp, I'm just with the mindset of just getting better every day, trying to make sure my unit is strong. So, I mean, kind of like just every day, just coming in with the same attitude of just getting better for Minnesota. So, I mean, that's kind of the mindset that we have in the room. I really don't have an individual mindset, trying to get better.
How much better have you gotten since you arrived here a year and a half ago?
I feel like my body has developed a lot. I've gained 20 pounds of muscle, so then I PR'd this whole summer with like bench press and squatting. So these are all things that I'm doing just to get my body right. So I think that's how I've gotten better.
And the perception that you are the front runner, do you even think about that, or just I'm just doing my thing and whatever happens?
Yeah, it's pretty relevant to me because I mean at the end of the day you got to go out there and prove it. So I mean spring ball is more individual, like trying to get better as an individual. I think fall camp is getting better as a team. So the more I can do that as a team aspect, I think that'll be better.
C.J., I asked Ryan Day.
Name, image, likeness, and that you guys are going to be able to make money off your jersey sales. As a potential quarterback here, how exciting is that for you?
Yeah, it's very exciting. I mean, I definitely have been trying to exercise my rights in the NIL and do it the right way. And so I think it's very exciting for all of our college players to be able to make money that we're supposed to make. And I appreciate everybody who put their name out there. I talked to Cardale Jones a lot. He always rambles about how he should have got paid. So, I mean, I think it's cool that we can start getting paid.
And how cool will it be to see your name on like fans' jerseys, kids wearing it, that kind of thing?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, growing up in Southern California, it's not really football like town or like city. So, I mean, I think it's really cool. And that's half the reason I came to Ohio State, just to experience that. So I think it's really cool.
Have you got any deals yet? I mean, what are you working on? Can you inform us on anything like that?
Yeah, so I'm actually signed with an agent, David Muglietta, with Athletes First, and haven't really done anything big yet, just like some little partnerships here and there, but nothing too crazy.
Hey, C.J., you probably understand as much as anyone how much it means to be named the starting quarterback at Ohio State, what it could mean for you, right? I mean, have you thought about that? Do you allow yourself to think about that?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, that's half the reason I came here was the brand of Ohio State. I mean, definitely the football aspect takes care of itself. But I mean, even more than that, you're honestly like the face of the city, you're the face of the state. So I think that's definitely amazing.
Another thing, I asked Ryan Day over in Indianapolis, what's it going to take to knock his socks off? You know what I mean? For one of you guys, and he kind of like you, he kind of smiled a little bit and didn't really give a quick answer because it's not just one play, one thing. What do you think it's going to take for you to finally get named that guy?
Yeah, I think for more thing than anything, I mean, anything in life, to be successful, you have to be consistent at it. So I think being consistent every day, showing up every day, we kind of have a saying in the QB room, you're not allowed to have a bad day. So, I mean, not having any bad days is honestly, I think, how you get the job done.
How do you feel about competition overall and that concept of you guys beating each other out to elevate your game? How is that going to make you better?
It's not like that at all. I mean, we compete as brothers, and we understand that we all want the same goal, but it's not in any aspect of like we hate each other or anything like that. We're all brothers. We all love each other. And I think, I mean, when you come here, we compete every day. Like we have in the weight room, I mean, we compete against each other there. Like we compete against the receivers. We compete against the DBs. We compete against everybody. So it's just the culture of fight and the culture of Ohio State where our structure is just competition.
How does that make you better, though?
I mean, it makes you so much better. Because at the end of the day, if you don't have nobody pushing you, you're not going to get better at anything. So, I mean, I definitely think that competition and somebody like on your heels is the best way to get better.
CJ, how much conversation has there been with Coach Day or Coach Dennis about just the way the reps might work for the first couple of weeks?
Yeah, we haven't really talked about anything yet. So, I mean, I really honestly don't know myself.
So, Coach Day had suggested that he might want to decide by the middle of camp. Why is that important, do you think, as someone who could be the starter, to get the rest of camp maybe with the ones, or what would the value of that be moving forward if that's what happens?
Yeah, I definitely think, I mean, me personally, I think reps are the most important thing during, especially the practice stage, especially fall camp, because, I mean, you're 12 days away after the last day of fall camp into your first game. So the more reps you can get with the ones, the more chemistry you can get with everybody that's starting already, I think the better.
You
there?
have these. We saw a couple of the throwing sessions in June. I know you guys are doing a bunch of that. What are you trying to get done with those? How did those go with throwing to Chris, throwing to Garrett?
Yeah, so you're just trying to get timing, you're trying to get connection, you're trying to get chemistry. These are all things that you need during the football season, but it's even more important in the summer because the coaches aren't around a lot. You're really just with the strength coaches, so the more you can do that, then on top of that, you can show them your leadership abilities, you can show them why they should lean on you and really show them your talent. I mean, and all these guys know that, but I mean, it's a great thing to throw with each other when nobody's around because I mean, it's just that's how you really build like a brotherhood.
CJ won the sprint.
Last year, like for you, you were part of the program, but you also had all this COVID stuff. You got into the games, but didn't throw a pass. I mean, what was that year like for you?
Yeah, it was a weird year for me. I mean, weird year for everybody. I mean, nobody's dealt with the pandemic before, and for me, it was kind of weird because I never really not played, and I mean, I took that as another competition. I mean, just to get better. So I just learned from Justin. Really tried to soak in everything that he taught me, and so that was kind of my year. Was just kind of learning.
Given how weird last year was and how you guys had to be spaced out, so how much time did you actually get to spend around Justin last year? Not just in the Woody, but just in general, learning from a guy who would.
Yeah, I mean, really every day. I mean, me and Justin are pretty close. I mean, we hung out off the field a lot. I mean, he taught me things with football and without football. So the pandemic really didn't stop that. It really slowed that down. Everybody was kind of still around each other a lot, and we're all kind of really close even through the pandemic.
And when the spring ended, I know at some point they had conversations, not telling you who's where in the hierarchy of things, but what were some of the things they were telling you at the end of the spring about where you could improve and just where you kind of stood as developing as a player?
Yeah, I think after the spring, I kind of had the mindset, and we all kind of came to the conclusion that, I mean, I had a pretty good spring of feet work and timing and getting. I really think I grasped the offense even more during the spring, and that was kind of my strong suit. But I think more of being more vocal and just things off the field. I mean, just really being myself. But I mean, I have natural leadership abilities, and just really honing that and showing everybody why that I should be the leader of the team.
CJ, what was it like last year when the two times Justin got dinged up? I think it was Michigan State and the Sugar Bowl. You were the guy that came in for, I mean, there was only 2 snaps, but what did you think you did to position yourself as the guy who kind of went in there in an emergency situation?
I mean, every single day of practice, I mean, I feel like last year, especially with just getting better, I mean, you're building the trust of your coaches. So, I mean, I don't think it was anything crazy. It's just they trusted me to go in and do the job that needed to be done. So I felt like when my number was called, I was ready to throw a pass, to run the ball, to do anything that the coach asked me to do. So.
Are you ahead? There seems to be this notion that you're odds-on favorite. Do you feel like you're that guy?
Nah, I feel like I'm last, man. I feel like I'm in the back. I mean, I feel like I think that mindset. Cause I mean, I've had a mindset since I was little to have a chip on my shoulder. I mean, it's just kind of where I come from. To always, I mean, I'm kind of always the underdog, and I like that feeling. So I mean, even if I am the front runner, it really doesn't matter to me. I just want to be able to go out there and just play the game that I love.
Is that a weird space to live in? Even if it's just perception, the way you got here wasn't normal. It was kind of late bloomerish, and you talked about it. You kind of always viewed yourself as an underdog. Well, perception is you're not that at this point. Is that a weird spot to be living in, given how you ended up at Ohio State in the first place?
Yeah, I mean, even I feel like if things go the way I think they will for me this year, I'll still have that chip on my shoulder just because I know where I come from and know my everything that I've been through. You know what I'm saying? So definitely will still keep that mindset and that chip on my shoulder, but not a negative chip, just a chip of I want it more than anybody else. So that's kind of like my mindset with that.
CJ, how ready do you think you are?
I mean, fall camp, man. I mean, that's when you really get ready. I think my body is definitely come up to par, and I think I'm able to take bigger hits and take on bigger guys because I mean I'm around 218 now, so probably play around 220. So I think that was the biggest focus for me for being able to play week 1 against Minnesota. So I think I did that, and I feel like my body is ready. But football-wise, I mean, you have to get back in the groove of playing football still. So I think fall camp will help me do that.
There is another guy who's going to be coming. Just curious about your thoughts about the fourth
Yeah, I'm happy for him, man. I mean, me and Quinn are he's a good kid, man, and I'm happy that he'll be able to make some money. So I don't know too much about the situation, but whatever he plans to do, man, it's his life. So at the end of the day, I know how much my senior year was important to me, but at the end of the day, if you have some money to go make, man, you better go make that money. So I'm happy for him.
What is it going to be like to have him here and to see what he's capable of and getting to work with you guys?
Oh yeah, I mean we'll accept him in the room with open arms just like we did Kyle. So at the end of the day, it's all a brotherhood, man. We don't I don't believe in having beef with my teammates or anything like that. I mean, me and Quinn are really cool anyway. So I'm definitely excited to get him in here.
They didn't
Like,
spring
to see
that.
what he can do?
They didn't spring that on you. Obviously, you didn't find out last Wednesday when the rest of the world did.
I mean, I wasn't really focused on it. I mean, whatever. I'm focused on this team and how we can get better, then how I can get better.
Had they had conversations with you three about how this was going to work out?
Nah, it's away from the program, so it's really no point in talking about it. So.
CJ, is that just a testament, or I guess an indicator of how the game has changed? Think about you 2 years ago. Nobody heard of you going into your senior year of high school. You know?
Yeah, so the game is changing, like you said. So definitely with this NIL stuff, it's more of an opportunity for kids to make money. So at the end of the day, if you can go do that, I think for me myself, I don't really want to chase money. I just love the game, so I just want to play.
Guys, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Just real quick on prospects. We can't be talking about prospects. Just an FYI. Players and coaches, no prospects.
Is there any part of you that feels like you've got to come in and you've got to lock down this job now because you know there could be guys coming in behind you that are going to be trying to take your job?
Nah, there's no rush, man. At the end of the day, they help us to be a better person, a better player every single day. So I think that's my focus, man. I'm not worried about anybody running up on me or nothing like that.
So can you give your impressions of Jack and Kyle?
Yeah, Jack is my guy, man. I love Jack. He's a good dude. Definitely is a person who likes to be out there, and he's a great brother, man. I love Jack. And Kyle, he's kind of more to himself, but at the end of the day, he's really cool. I love Kyle. Great person. Really good in school. He does everything the right way. So.
Only one of you is going to be able to start. That's the nature of the position. If it's not you, how will you accept it?
We'll have to see. I don't really plan for anything else. But at the end of the day, whatever happens, happens. I know God is in control. So whatever His will is on my life, that's what will happen.
And for those who haven't seen you play, and none of us have seen you throw, I'm not going to lie, describe your game.
I feel like I'm very exciting to watch. I think I'm very intelligent when it comes to the knowledge of the game, of knowing coverages, knowing blitzes, knowing defensive in general. I think I've grasped this offense and put it to my own. I think we switched the offense around a little bit since Justin left, since he was more of a runner than we are. So I think these are all things that I will do well in this offense. I feel like, I can throw the ball at anybody, I can run the ball at anybody. I feel like I'm one of the best players in the country.
How have you made the offense your own?
I made the offense my own with just being myself. Just showing my abilities. Whenever they asked me to do something, then I just did it. So that's kind of how I made it my own.
Obviously, Corey Dennis is your positions coach, but your head coach is also a quarterback's coach by trade. You've been here for a year. How does that dynamic work with those two? Obviously, you're with Corey a lot, but how often are you guys working with Day as much as you are with Corey?
Yeah, we work often together a lot. It's not really just you're working with Coach Day too much or you're working with Coach Dennis too much. You kind of work with both. So especially this year. Last year, Coach Day was kind of more with Justin because he was a starter, and that's what it was. So this year, more of like we all with Coach Day and Coach Dennis.
How does Coach Day make you better? You haven't gotten those game reps that you probably would have liked. So how does his teaching on a day-to-day basis make you
so our kind of philosophy is make practice as hard as possible. So practices are like games here. So and then on top of that, you're going against the best corner of the country. You're going against the best safety, the best defensive end, the best linebacker. So it's really like good on good. So at the end of the day, when time comes to play another team, and you're kind of building ready for it.
How do you feel like the competition with Jack and Kyle has made you better so far?
I feel like we've all pushed each other. I think with anything in life, you need somebody to be pushing you, and sometimes it doesn't just need to be vocally, it needs to be physically. So I mean, physically, I mean, they're great football players, they're great quarterbacks, and that's something that we all bring to the table. And I feel like that just makes me a better quarterback.
Do you like see that on the field? Like if maybe you make a big play, like most guys kind of want to make one? Or
Nah, man, it's we're all just trying to run the offense and lead the team to the victory. You know what I'm saying? So it's never just, oh, I see him make a play, I got to go make a big play. You got to just run the offense and be consistent.
Do you let yourself think ahead to that Minnesota game and what it's going to be like opening up on the road, Big Ten, packed stadium, that type of thing?
Yeah, I'm very excited, man. Definitely have to take care of my business now with fall camp. But everything else, man, I feel like going into that game, it's our first real big-time game with a lot of fans, and I just feel like the atmosphere is going to be crazy, and I can't wait.
Is leadership
Two more questions. Leadership something that you can learn, or you're born with it? How do you develop it?
It's something that you're born with, but you definitely have to skew it, and you definitely have to make it your own. So, I mean, something that I kind of do with that is I just be myself. And at the end of the day, I was born with leadership abilities and leadership qualities that I try to make better every single day. And then on top of that, you have to take in the culture and the program and use their leadership into your own. So, I mean, everything has to come together.
Is it books, videos? Have you done any of that just to sort of watch how other people
Yeah,
do it?
actually, I'll forget the name, but I've read many books about leadership qualities. It was actually a book. I want to say his name was like Mike Smith. He was like the head coach of Falcons, I think, if I can be correct. And I read his book, and I read that like senior year, and it helped me a lot.
What are your thoughts on Columbus, Ohio?
Last question.
California guy like yourself, you've been here a while. What are your thoughts on Columbus?
Yeah, I love Columbus, man. Columbus, it's a city atmosphere, and definitely it's different from home. But home is like all city. Out here, you can kind of get away from things, and kind of like out here you can be yourself. I mean, at home you can be yourself too, but it's more to that back home. So I mean, I appreciate everybody out here. Columbus is a great city, and it's a great atmosphere. It's great people, and everybody kind of loves Ohio State. So I mean, I love them.
CJ, real quick, just wanted to ask you, name, image, and likeness starting in college sports. Have you had any opportunities come your way so far?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like everybody has. I mean, I've had my fair share of conversations and things that I'm trying to get accomplished, but my focus right now is fall camp and being the best quarterback I can be.
Is that exciting, though, knowing, like, being the quarterback at Ohio State, like, the opportunities that could potentially come with that?
Oh, yeah, I mean, like, that was one of the reasons I came here, you know what I'm saying, was the brand and the atmosphere of Ohio State. So, I mean, definitely took that in consideration with this NIL, and I'm definitely excited and blessed to be able to have an opportunity to make money.
All right, thank you, CJ.
Thank you.